Hi, ladies. Happy Tuesday. So, this is week number 8 out of 12. So, we are 2/3 of the way through. I just want to congratulate you all on staying present and participating and fully committing to this program. And I know some of you have had to deal with other things going on in your life from time to time, but you've always stayed in touch and done what you could as far as keeping up on the videos, group calls, and Facebook engagement. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And congratulations to you for making that commitment to yourself and sticking with it. So, week 8, this is the point where I am excited to introduce my signature formula. I consider myself a very powerful manifester and often get what I want. And at first, at a young age, I thought I was just lucky. I grew up to realize that I am privileged. I come from, parents that were very loving and supportive, and just in society, the privilege that I've been given. But in my enlightenment as a woman and my femininity, and balancing that with a masculine world and finding my place in it, I've come to accept that it's a little of both, a little luck, a little privilege, but mostly a lot of intention and intuition. And so I feel like even when I am down on my luck and not in a situation where I've gained any privilege over anything else or any other way it could be or anyone else, it comes down to intention and intuition, and those have always served me. And when I follow those, I've never regretted it. And so I've broken it down to really identify what is my signature formula that enables me to live my dream life on a consistent basis and create epic adventures and relationships and connections and stories. I mean, I'm living a life where I feel like the star of my own movie a lot of the time, and get to create the plot line and invite the ideal, supporting actors, actresses, whatever it may be, to make the best possible movie. And I believe all of us are getting to do that every day. We get to invite who we want to play those roles with us, and what we want the ideal scenario to be and the ideal outcome. And it's a process for sure. And I did it kind of by accident at first, and now I've realized exactly what I've been doing, what works better than other things I've tried, and I want to share that with you this week. So we have, after this, we'll have 4 more sessions. So I've broken the formula down into 5 parts, one of which we've already kind of touched on. So actually it's 6 parts, and we've already touched on 2 of them. So there's 4 remaining. So this is perfect timing to complete the program strong, with you having this full formula fleshed out to manifest whatever it is you are looking to create in your life. So the first step is self-love, which starts with self-awareness. And so you've done a lot of that by creating a routine for yourself that incorporates your happy list and moving your body, connecting with nature, connecting to self. Meditation, if that's something that works for you. I feel like it's something that works for anyone and everyone if they're open to it. It's an extremely powerful tool to develop self-awareness, which leads to self-love. So everything I've kind of touched on thus far is building a foundation for self-love, loving every emotion that arises, and having a vision for yourself and trusting yourself to choose the right vision, and letting go of any crutch that's holding you back. All of that has been building a foundation for self-love, which is a lifelong journey. But I wanted to give you tools to consistently tap into that power. So now, with that self-love as a foundation, the next step is setting an intention. So having the clarity to choose that vision. So we kind of tapped into that. But first, it's just deciding what is important to you, why is it important to you, and choosing the priorities. So a lot of times I'll get on calls with gals and we talk about a lot of different things, a lot of different areas of their life, a lot of different goals. I work with a lot of women who find it hard to focus because they're so excited about so many different things in completely different directions all at once. So setting an intention is really focusing on what is the one thing that is most important, most significant, most transformational, and at the end of the day, most fun. What is going to make the best movie for your life if you choose to focus on that one thing? So it could be your health and fitness, it could be your love relationship, it could be your career, it could be your personal growth, it could be family, friends, traveling the world, finances. What is your one thing? So step one is to set that intention. Step two is to create the vision of it happening. So we kind of started that with the vision board party, and I love what you guys shared as far as your goals and vision for the future. But for this specific formula, the vision is very focused. It's not the vision of every area of your life like we talked about. It's your vision of that one thing being accomplished. So you set the intention for the one thing and then have a vision of it coming true, your dream coming true, so that you can truly tap into the movie of what that looks like, to play that reel in your mind forwards and backwards and multiple times, and tap into the emotions that you feel upon completing that accomplishment. And that vision is oftentimes what I can bring to the table when women don't yet know what it would feel like, or how big to dream, or what is truly possible for them. One of my gifts is to be able to see the possibilities, to see what is possible for myself, but also what is possible for someone I'm talking to just tap into my intuition about what gets them excited when their voice changes as they're telling me something, and identifying that as possibility for them and reflecting it back to them through a vision. Like I say, some are more effective than others, some are more powerful than others. I follow the flow, but being able to share those with you is a huge passion of mine. But in this, I want to give you the tools to be able to develop those visions for yourself, to see the possibility for yourself, and to feel those feelings so that you can identify with aligning with that energy. So that's step two. One is setting the intention. Two is creating the vision. And three is trusting your intuition. So that hugely relies on the self-love that you've created, building that trust within yourself, that you keep commitments to yourself, that you do listen to your heart wisdom when it's telling you little red flags, or just things that you should be aware of, or serendipity that happens in your life, actually taking notice of those. So learning to trust your intuition is a huge, huge part of this. It's often where women get stuck, because sometimes our intuition says things that our logical brain can't accept. It says to move to another city. It says to leave a relationship that is hugely significantly related to every area of your life. It says to reach out to a stranger, or potential mentor or business partner, or very important person or significant person in the community that can be scary just to reach out. So your intuition can say things that often are outside of your comfort zone, that may trigger some fear. And learning to trust that heart guidance takes first identifying what is truly heart guidance as opposed to the ego or the brain or the logical, practical, or wishful thinking that can occur. That voice in your head is different than the voice you hear when it's truly your heart speaking. So in that part of this program, we'll really learn how to identify the difference between head talk and heart talk, and ego versus heart, and whether it feels light or heavy, whether it feels in flow or stuck. All of that is part of trusting your intuition. So we'll work on that. But the importance of that is being able to take those crazy, scary recommendations that your heart is suggesting and actually taking action on it. And if you delay it, if it's truly what's aligned for you and right for you, eventually you'll come around to it. But for me, it took staying in a relationship for 7 years that I knew wasn't the one, but I didn't have the strength or courage to leave because there wasn't anything really wrong with it. My heart knew it wasn't the one. And when your heart gives you those signs, it doesn't even have to be red flags. It's just a knowing, an inner knowing. It takes courage to pay attention to that and to disrupt your life based on a nudge, a gut feeling, your intuition. And I can honestly say that it's scary every time. I do believe that fear is excitement without the breath, so I try to breathe into those. And I can also say I have never regretted following that intuition, and I have always wished I did it sooner, because it could have even been more beneficial, more exciting, more fulfilling, if I had listened to my heart wisdom earlier and trusted that inner knowing. So we'll get to that. And then finally, simply receiving. And that is definitely, while going outside of your comfort zone and taking inspired action based on that intuition is often a masculine energy, receiving the connections that the universe makes based on you taking that inspired action and receiving the fulfillment of your dreams, often even bigger and better than you could have ever imagined, but fully in alignment with that energy and that feeling and that emotion of your visualization. Creating dreams even better than you can dream. It takes energy, it takes femininity to receive that and celebrate it and be open to it and accept it as something that you are worthy of, something that you can take ownership of and feel like you created that for yourself, and to celebrate that and feel gratitude for it so that you can attract more of that same high vibe energy. So it's several steps. We'll break it down. Since we've already kind of tapped into visualization, I won't go as deep into that when that part comes up. And since we've already developed a foundation for self-love, we'll start with that as a foundation and jump straight into setting the intention. So setting the intention, feeling the vision, trusting your intuition, taking inspired action, and receiving. All right? So we're going to combine those into today and the following 4 weeks to give you my signature formula for creating whatever your heart desires. It could be career, it could be love, it could be anything. It could just simply be a feeling that you want to live your life with. But to manifest that through intention and intuition. Those are the 2 things that guide all of these steps. All right, does that sound good? So to start, I want to really invite you all to set the intention for the rest of this program. All right, you've created a routine that allows you the time and space to focus on your self-love and your personal development and your priorities and making new priorities based on your happiness list. You've created a vision of what would be the best possible movie of your life and what that looks like on paper. Hopefully, if you haven't created that, please do a doodle or buy a magazine and create it as soon as possible, because I'm not going to go as far into that when that step comes up, but I'll trust that you've started developing that vision already. And then, expressing your emotions to their fullest, that's also part of self-love. So we've really built that foundation. So based on everything that's come up from all of these 7 weeks prior, from the challenge that you're probably still currently in the midst of, I think the earliest anyone's ending is Thanksgiving. So we've got about a week left, a little over a week. So with all of that you've gained clarity on, focused on different, integrations into your life, I want you to decide your one thing for the remainder of this program. And some of you have already shared what that is, but I invite you, if it's changed or evolved, to really set an intention for, first it could be, general, an area of your life. What are you making a priority? Is it fitness? Is it finances? Is it family? And pick a general area, but really decide why that's important to you. So again, tapping into our big why, our personal mission statement, our values. So what is your one thing and why is it important to you? And I want to start with setting an intention with that clarity in mind. And the intention can be to improve it, to feel it more fully, to actually create tangible change, whether it's a new person in your life or the lack of influence from a person in your life. Really create an intention, a powerful intention of what you want to accomplish with this next month of our program. And it can be the start of something. It can be a lifelong journey, but let's go all in. Let's do this for real with the next few weeks that we have. So I'm going to just check my notes real quick to make sure I haven't missed anything. I'm a little distracted today because I have my son with me. He's napping, so I'm not quite as in the same energy as I normally am on a Tuesday, but I want to make sure we still tap into all of this for you. So number one is setting an intention with clarity. What do you want and why? Oh, so we missed a very important part of that. Declare it. So in short, the formula for manifesting is ask, believe, receive. So number one is to ask. And to do that, it's, for me, often just writing it in my journal. Some of the big ones I post on Facebook. So I remember at one point being like, I don't know when or how or why, but I want to open an art gallery. And Facebook has a fun way of showing you what you've posted in the past. So I saw that post come up as a reminder of, throwback. 4 years later, I had opened my own art gallery, and I thought it was something that I was going to do in retirement, like after a well-lived life doing corporate traditional career jobs. And here I had stated it, declared it, asked for it, and 4 years later had done it. So I invite you to post it on Facebook, write it in your journal, tell a friend, tell your significant other, but powerfully own it, declare it, claim it as fact for the future. All right? So we've already set the foundation with our values, our personal mission statement, our big why. So now I'm asking you for one thing, the priority. And I believe that a priority is a priority because there's only room for one. You can only have one priority. It is the one thing. And so I want you to, while you may still work on every area of your life and, well-rounding that wheel of life, for this purpose, we're going to choose one priority and choose the intention we have in that area of our life and claim it, declare it, ask for it from the universe. So that is your homework this week, is to set an intention and feel the power behind it based on why you're choosing it. The power comes from knowing your why. Why is it important to you? What is significant about it? What difference could that intention make in your life? And with that, if you want to take it a step further, the next step is visualizing. So we can do this on our one-on-one call if we haven't already. We can do it in our group calls if you've already had your one-on-one call and want to do more of it. But once you set that intention and declare it as so, it is so. It is future fact. And so I invite you to play that movie in your mind before you fall asleep, as you're waking up, when you're daydreaming on your lunch break. Whenever you have time, play that movie and play it forward so you can feel how it feels to evolve into that emotion. Play it backwards so you can kind of figure out what steps did I take to get there. Now, this is a visualization of the end desired outcome. It is not a visualization of how to get there. It is not a visualization of your immediate next steps. It is the end goal. It is the ultimate vision. It is the big, scary dream. And I don't need you to visualize how to get there. That's not part of the exercise. It never will be. The how is up to the universe. It is simply up to you to set the intention and to align your energy with that intention. And to do that, you need to visualize it on a daily basis. More often throughout the day is even better, but at least on a daily basis, tap into that energy so that it's flowing within you. And that's how the universe will then connect the dots for you to fulfill that vision based on you already vibing at that energy level, because you've had the vision and you see the possibility and you trust and believe in the possibility. That's going to allow the universe to do the work for you. All right? And I'm not saying that you get to be lazy at that point and just sit back and wait. It does take daily inspired action, so we'll talk about that later. But it's easy. It's with flow and ease. You get to create with flow and ease because you're already in alignment with that energy, and so you're merely attracting the things that vibe at that same energy level. So you won't feel resistance, you won't feel challenge, you will feel flow and ease if you tap into that visualization on a daily basis at minimum. All right, so first two steps, let's do both of those. Since we've already kind of done the vision board, you get the idea of vision. I won't focus a whole week on that. So this week, set the intention and visualize. All right, if you need help with that, let me know, text me. I had a mentor that does something called future polling. So if I was going into a big interview, I could just text her my desired outcome, and she would congratulate me on exactly it going that way and how that feels, and she would just celebrate with me before I even walked into the interview so that I could feel that emotion and create from the alignment with that energy. So if you ever need that, I invite you to just text me and just, like she asked me to, put FP, future poll, as the start of the text, so I know that you're talking future tense, and I can celebrate with you that future accomplishment and help you build confidence in that vision. Is there anything else? Like I say, if we haven't done our one-on-one, let's do it then. If you have already done your one-on-one, let's do it on group calls. But I want you to have a clear vision of the ultimate outcome. It doesn't have to feel like a realistic how to get there. It's just, what is that desired outcome? What does it feel like to accomplish? So if it's a degree, what does that graduation ceremony feel like? What does it feel like when the people who are most important in your life are celebrating that accomplishment with you? If it's having an impact on this world that is just at a higher level than you've ever experienced before, what does that feel like? What are you creating in this world? So I want the emotion of the visualization to come through. I want it to be something that you believe so wholly in that possibility. You don't have to know how it's possible, how to get there, what your next steps should be, just the possibility. I want you to see it and feel it. And to do that, you need to set your intention for the one thing we're going to focus on. Okay? One thing, and visualize it. I think that's all I have for you this week. I'm so excited with all the one-on-ones that we've already done. We're halfway through November. I think everyone but one of you is on my calendar. So we'll work on adding that shortly, soon. But yeah, congratulations. We're on week 8. And we are just now starting what I believe is the greatest gift I can help offer and help develop within you. This is something that is a tool I use over and over and over again. College degrees, moving across the country, moving around the world, marrying my dream man, having a non-medicated, wonderful birth experience, being a mom, being a life coach. All the things that my heart said were possible and felt right, and so I did them. And I invite you to tap into that same formula so that you can do that for yourself on this one thing that you're choosing this week, but again and again throughout life, to create your dream life, following this signature formula of being a powerful manifester, because you are. All right. I love you, ladies. Text me with any questions. I look forward to connecting with you in Facebook, and I will choose a date and time for our group call. I'm hoping it'll be during the week, but since I didn't get my regular day off tomorrow, I'm taking a full day off. Today. So I'm taking a full day off tomorrow to kind of catch up on all of the things I would have done today if I didn't get the chance to play with my son all day. So I will be in touch with our next group call time and date. All right, I'll see you then. Bye, ladies.